Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we are looking at the Super7 ThunderCats Ultimates Snarf, a figure that I am very, very excited to get. I love Snarf, and I know that may be an unpopular opinion, but then again, I love the Burbles, I love the Ewoks, I love everything, small and cute and cuddly and comical. So I'm excited to get Snarf for my my Super7 Ultimates ThunderCats collection. Let's take a look at the box. So in typical ThunderCats Ultimates fashion, we get the striking black box with the ThunderCats logo on the front, ThunderCats word logo on the back. Now, of course, that is just the slip cover. Slip covers, being a bit more of a rarity these days as Super7 moves away from them, I believe, for cost-cutting measures. But nonetheless, Snarf still has the sleeve, but then take that sleeve off, you get this nice, big, wide-open window box. You can see, I presume, pretty much everything that's going to come in the package there. So Snarf looks fantastic. Kind of first impressions with that sleeve off, he looks really, really good. The paint looks good, the shading looks good, all that kind of stuff. So you get the nice big window box on the front. On the back, you get the Snarf art, as well as a bio there for Osbert, of course. Snarf is not technically his name. Technically, his name is Osbert. But Snarf for all intents and purposes. But Snarf is not, something that I want to observe and look at through a window. I want Snarf out of the box. I want to play with him and pose with him, and get him interacting with my other ThunderCats Ultimate figures. So let's get Snarf out of the box. All right, so here is Snarf out of the box. He is Snarf sized, so he's a little bit smaller than some of the other ThunderCats. By comparison, there is Lion-O. There is Mum-Ra, the Ever-Living, and a character that, size-wise, I think he should be sort of closer to stature-wise. There's Wily Kit as well. So I would say, as far as scaling goes, he's probably pretty much on point. Much was made about, the fact that he was the same price as other figures, but I get it. I mean, the tooling is pretty much the same. The cost for the per unit, is pretty much the same. If this figure costs the same as this figure, then why wouldn't that figure cost the same as that figure? I mean, I don't know, just something to think about. All right, so Snarf is small in stature, but he definitely makes up for it in heart and in character. The figure is a very good representation of that, so it's very well executed. I think there could probably be a little bit more shading, like there's sort of an obvious disconnect between the yellow paint and this sort of rusty orange brown color, but the shading through the fleshier bits, I guess, is pretty good. I would have liked maybe a little bit more of a wash, on the hands and the feet. Maybe a little bit more on the beard, facial hair. I don't know. I guess it's just his face, but altogether, it's a good figure. It's a clean figure. I really like it. Articulation wise, you get, Super7 articulation. So you get single jointed elbows, single jointed knees, which is what you get on the big guys too. So there's not much difference. There's not much loss in articulation, between the bigger figures and this guy. And actually, he can look up quite well. He can look down quite well. The fact that he can look up quite well is good because, he's often running around on all fours. So I like that. I like that they include, the tail to stand him upright on this base as well. And that is articulated, so you can get him in some pretty weird poses. I don't remember him ever sort of being in a pose where he was leaned back like that, but maybe he was at some point. I can't remember. But yeah, that's sort of the articulation scheme. The accessories are fun. There's there's an alternate head sculpt that I think I prefer. This head sculpt is fine, but let's take a look at the accessories. All right, so for the accessories, as I usually do, I'm going to start with the extra hands that Super 7 gives us. So he's got open hands out of the box, and then in the package you get it's sort of a gripping hand, just sort of a standard C grip hand. You get another set of growly, clawy kind of hands, I guess. I don't really know how to describe those any better. You get an alternate tail, so you can take that tail off and use this shorter tail if you want to just have him stand on the ground, or as I sort of said, run along the ground on all fours. He also gets 2 alternate heads, as I mentioned. So you get a pretty neutral expression out of the box, but he's also got an angry face, as well as my favorite, and I think sort of the most snarfy of the faces, the big open mouth grin. That's my Snarf right there. So that's the Snarf that is going to be on my shelf without a doubt. Then he gets a bag, a little satchel, a purse, if you will. I don't remember this. I'm sure it's in multiple episodes. He's probably, I just didn't notice it. We get some fruit. He eats some fruit in multiple episodes, I think. Again, it just seems like a fairly insignificant thing to add in there, but I'm glad that they did anyway. We get the small sort of omens. So this is, the powered down sort of omens. This is painted really nicely in sort of a metallic silver, which is cool. As well as the claw. And this actually has a slot in there, so the sword can just slot right in there, and that works really, really well, so that he can run around with this and deliver it to Lionel, whenever he needs it and such. So yeah, that's the accessories. Pretty cool accessories. To me, it's about the Snarf figure. To me, it's about, that smiling face. So this is he's just fun. This is just one of those figures that's really, really fun. Anyway, let me get the alternate head on. Let me get him posed up a little bit differently than he is, right here. And I'll give you my final thoughts. All right, so here is Snarf in all his glory. This is an amazing little figure. I love this guy. And let's be honest, if you're collecting the ThunderCats, you're getting this figure. But if you haven't picked one up yet, I would recommend that you do. As I said, it's a really, really fun figure. It's a fun character. I think, even if you're not necessarily into getting the whole ThunderCats collection, Snarf it's a pretty good figure. After posing them up a little bit, I would say that the articulation in the legs could be a little bit better, but I haven't really messed around with it too much yet. So that might be my only real complaint about the figure. Anyways, I got this guy from eCollectibles. If you haven't already, you might still be able to get one, but I do know that Snarf has been a little bit harder to get, which is maybe a bit of a surprise given some of the criticisms that people were sort of throwing at him when he was revealed and went up for pre-order. But yeah, definitely get one now, or forever hold your peace, I suppose. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And hit that bell icon if you don't want to miss future videos. Until next time, bye-bye!